As a consultant, 95% of your sales will come from this. Yet, far too many people don't do it. So let me break it down for you here. We were speaking with several of our clients recently during one of our coaching calls, and a great friend, client and advisor in our Clarity Coaching program, Elliot, shared how 95% of his sales, of his new clients, come from doing one specific thing. And here's what it is. It's follow-up. Far too many people are focused on outreach. Yet they don't even do very much of it, but that's where their mindset is. It's about getting in front of new people. The problem, right, the breakdown is that people will reach out to somebody once, maybe twice, right, maybe 3 times, but 4 times a stretch, and then they think, oh, they didn't respond, I guess they're not interested, or they get busy, or they just don't want to bother that person, they don't want to be perceived as being too pushy, too salesy, and then they back off, right? They stop doing follow-up. Yet 95% of consulting sales, and this will not be 95% for every single person, but the vast majority of your new clients will come not from the initial outreach that you make, it will come from the follow-up that you do. And so this is the big opportunity for you, right? It's to ensure that you have consistent follow-up in place. So let me break down for you what you actually should be thinking about as a consultant to ensure that you are not leaving all this money on the table, that you're not leaving great opportunities to serve and to make an impact and to do great work, right? And to make an amazing income kind of fall by the wayside if you're not doing follow-up. So the first thing is to ensure that you don't look at your follow-up as follow-up to sell, but rather follow-up to serve, follow-up to stay in touch. Because if you have the mindset of having to make a sale every single time, you're probably not going to enjoy doing your follow-up. You're going to avoid it because you don't want to be pushy, you don't want to be promotional, right? Most consultants don't enjoy that kind of feeling, which is why they don't do it. So move that out of your mindset. Instead, think about how can you position your follow-up to, number one, serve and to add value, but also just to build a meaningful relationship with someone, right? Remove the need to make a sale today and think more about planting the seeds today that will bring you the fruits of your labor down the road. And when you have that mindset where you're not feeling pressured and rushed, then you're going to become a lot more comfortable doing your follow-up and doing so consistently. So here's what I would suggest. Number one, make sure that you are using some kind of CRM or have a tool or a way to track who you need to follow up with and when. We've had some clients who keep this very, very basic, others who become pros at using CRMs, but have some way to keep track of this, because saying, oh yeah, I should have followed up with that person, but I haven't talked to them in 6 months is not good enough. Not if you truly care about building a successful business. The next thing is, as you start your outreach process with your ideal clients, the first kind of couple of weeks might be a bit more, call it, focused. You might actually be reaching out to people and sending messages and doing follow-up multiple times per week. But that's okay at the beginning. As time goes on, what you're gonna wanna then start thinking about is expanding that timeline. And then every 2 to 3 weeks, you should be getting in front of your ideal client. I know some people go, what, every 2 to 3 weeks? I thought maybe like every few months. Every few months is way too long, because if you wait that long, what will happen is that ideal client, that future client that could likely benefit from your services, when that moment comes when they actually need what you have to offer and can benefit from it, they're not going to think about you because they will have forgotten about you, right? They get busy. You're not the first person, you're not top of mind if you're not staying in front of them consistently. So getting in front of them every 2 to 3 weeks is critical. Now, how do you do that without feeling or without coming across as salesy? Again, don't focus on sales, focus on the relationship, focus on providing value. So as an example, you might send one message that's simply just ask that person how they're doing, just checking in, seeing how they are, how their family is, keep it personal. Then a couple of weeks later, you might send something of value. For example, maybe you've created a new case study, maybe you read an article that you thought that they would enjoy. Maybe you've found something online that, again, you think that would be a great resource for them. Whatever it is, as long as you believe they will find it valuable, share it with them. And then a couple of weeks later, you might do the same thing. A couple of weeks after that, you might send a quick little text message or make a quick phone call, leave a voicemail, send a LinkedIn message, introduce them to somebody else, right? And you can see that on and on. This is now, many months that are going by where you haven't talked about a specific project. You haven't said, hey, do you want to buy my thing yet? Because it's not about you. It's about the relationship and it's about them. Now, when you do that, something magical happens. What happens is that you stay top of mind with more and more people. And all the statistics show that the majority of the people that you reach out to today will not need or will not be ready to buy from you. However, as you stay top of mind with these people over a longer period of time, right, they will need what you have to offer. They'll need your expertise. They'll need your advice. They'll need your, your service or your product. And what you want to have is you want to be there when they need you. But if you're not staying consistent with your follow-up, they will forget about you. You won't be the first person that comes to mind, which means you'll lose all that opportunity. So the magic happens because your follow-up compounds, right? Let's say you start today and you have 5 people in your pipeline you're doing follow-up with. Maybe none of them need what you have to offer today, but 2 weeks from today, maybe one does. But each week you're adding new people to your pipeline. You're connecting with more people, right? You're starting to build relationships. And so your whole pipeline, your kind of universe of prospective clients is growing as every week and month goes by. And as you continue to follow up with these people, even if you just have like a 1% or a 2% response, that 1 or 2% response is actually going to be quite significant as time goes on because you have more people in your pipeline moving through. What happens with most people though is they're not doing enough follow-up, and then they're saying things like, yeah, I'm reaching out to all these people and it's not working. Well, it's not working in most cases. As long as you have the right strategy in place, right, it's probably not working because you're not doing as much follow-up as you should be. So the action item here for you today is to look at and ask yourself, do you have a good follow-up strategy in place? And are you implementing and executing on it consistently? And if you're not, then figure out what you need to do to make that happen, because there's likely massive opportunity sitting right in front of you.